Hi, my people, welcome. I'm Miss Miliana, and this particular video is a series where I get to review my week and share what's going well, what's not going well with you. These videos are ways I document my journey as I build in the tech industry and build the lifestyle I desire. All right, so I've been doing this for a couple of weeks now. In fact, I've been doing this for the whole of 2026. Some of them hasn't been great. Some of the weeks have been great news and all of that, and I share them raw as well. But as I go on as well, we are almost at week 30. We've passed half of the year already, right? It's actually 52 weeks in a year, right? I have gone through half of it. It hasn't been quite easy, and I've decided to actually put some structure to it. I want to show up for myself. These are ways I show up for myself whilst I'm building, but I really want to show up for myself in more unique way or upgrade my skills and not just show up because I'm showing up sick. So there are days that I try to put my best in all to make it possible, and there are days that I just try to show up for myself. Example is the previous video before this video. I was injured with my right hand. Thank God my right hand is much better now, and I just needed to show up for myself by any means necessary because I couldn't work. I was in so much pain, but I needed to show up for myself, and that's what that video reminds me of. This particular video also is it's amazing because I'm showing up for myself in a way whereby there's no light, right? We have no light as of now. There's a bit of challenge, and my like when it's light out, it's like everything is at a pause because of network and all those things. But I was like, no, I'm also going to show up for myself to record last week, to review last week's video. So I'm all this is to say that try to show up for yourself. Find things that will make you show up for yourself. Okay. All right. So I have my laptop here, and I actually decided to come up with a structure for this reviews because I've just been going through this whole review idea scripted, right? I tried scripting sometime in some of the videos as well, but there was so much to say, and it wasn't really, I just wanted to flow, literally. No, like, not just to have conversations with myself and to just document it. And looking at all the videos that I have created this year, especially for the review, right? The review is under a show I call Keep Building Show. I don't know, I like to actually have, I am thinking of this channel as my TV station, so I call them shows, right? And I realized things I talk about are around my work because I'm building in tech. Things I talk about are my emotional state as well, and sometimes I also talk about my the knowledge I gain and give describe my week as well. So I came up with a review, right, or a guide to always go by, and it becomes part of me whereby when time I'm reviewing my week with my laptop or without my laptop or notebook, I know what to talk about. So in the coming reviews I'll be talking about my work, right? And in the workspace, or my major highlights under work are what me teaching and training, and also me speaking and hosting events, also me consulting for companies, and also being a freelance for other companies as well. And also I'm going to be talking about my emotional state for the week, how I felt, what made me happy, what made me sad, what drained me, who drained me. I remember one of the videos whereby I was just like, I had a conversation with someone and that person drained me. And to think of that conversation every time, and it was a conversation around churchy stuff, right? Or Bible stuffs. And I felt the person was manipulating me with the word of God. And I was trying to explain myself that why are you using the word of God to manipulate me? And it became a whole lengthy conversation. It drained me that week. I became messed up that week because it felt like it was bad. And I realized that sometimes you get drained thinking that the person may be thinking that, oh, they are making a point and trying to convince you or something, or trying to get you to do a good thing, whilst they are actually taking you out of where God has put you to be, right? That's so we are going to talk about emotional state. So the emotional state would actually align with spiritual state as well. So I'm going to talk about both of them every week where I find myself at as well. I'm also going to talk about my health state. I brought the health state when I was writing this before this recording because I realized that the more I talk about my health state, the more I talk about my body, the more I desire and yearn to take care of it more. And I am someone that really have been trained by my grandmom to actually care about what goes into my tummy and how to take care of my body in general, right? I'm on my other socials, I made a video whereby my grandma gave me um cut oranges for me since I'm still recovering. I bought oranges just so that I could eat better. And there were times when I was younger that I used to eat fruit every week, and it was a ritual whereby I sit down and my grandma feeds me fruit, and that taught me something. Fruit and vegetables, that taught me something that she really looked, and she always reminded us that during that period, my whole childhood, I never went to the hospital. So I also have a bad relationship with hospitals, and it was because of what she was giving me in my body, right? And we going for walks and all those things. So my health state is going to come. Then I'm also going to share knowledge that I just picked up every week because I listen to a lot of podcasts. I'm more of an audio person, so I listen to more podcasts more than reading books, but I also try to read books as well. So I will try to buy books. I'm actually starting my book collection by any means necessary. Read and buying a book one, trying to read it. I don't finish them, but I read them. The whole point is at least read about a chapter or two to get something from the book. And then we describe the week as a whole. So that's the guide I have gotten so far after doing this review thing for 29 weeks, right? Am I right? Week what? All right, 28 weeks. So we are in the 29th week. Today is Monday, and on Monday, okay, I'll just ranting at this point. On Mondays are my mind and slow start of the week. So what I mostly do on Mondays are to focus to just plan how my week is going to go, and mainly spend time on myself to look at what I want for myself, like what I desire for myself, and not what other people want for me, right? I have really, if you follow my journey from, oh, sorry about the noise. Let's hold on a bit. All right. So if you've been following my journey from 2023, because I started all these 2023, you've realized that I am just that one person that is questioning society and all that it has to give. Why do I have to finish school and go to work and all those things, right? So I have gone through that whole space. I have forgotten what I wanted to say because of this noise. All right, so let's get into reviewing week 28, right? So it's week 28. We're reviewing week 28. Well, I think I've remembered what I wanted to say. I was talking about my Mondays being specifically for me. So it's me Monday, where I get to set up my mind for the week, also look at things that I want to do for my personal self, my personal brand, and then later also try to plan for the other brands I work for, other companies I work for. So as of now, I have, let me just go through what I've done so far. I have positioned myself, like create content for my LinkedIn, my Substack, and now creating content for my YouTube. My major platforms for content creations that I spend my time on is LinkedIn and YouTube. Substack is something that I want to build, so I'm just using whatever I put on LinkedIn on Substack just to start as well. So it's not anything that I've really focused on as well. And whilst I do that as well, before I even come to sit on my desk to work, I don't know, the setting is different for today, is that I spend time to ask myself questions, right? And we are getting into week 28 already, talking about, I'm going to start with the emotional states first. For my emotional state for week 28 was a bit dicey, was a roller coaster, because it was actually my cycle, ending of another cycle of me as a woman, right? Which means like you having your period, you having pains and all that. But before the period, you have that time as you go through my failure, what's going on, everything going bad. And amazing thing is that during that period of time, gone are the days a year ago I would have beat myself that I'm not having so much money and I was in debt and all those things. But now I don't really like, I'm just cool. Like if I see my like money in my accounts going down, I'm not making a fuss about it. Right. So my emotion state before on Monday last week was just like just rest, right? So I was just in the mood of resting because I was actually pre-cramping, and I was also healing from my hand. So I was like, okay, I'm in a space of healing and also having this, so let me just rest. So that's how I started my week with. And fast forward, I had work. So we had work. I'm not going to talk about not really. I didn't do much there. I just actually went for a conference, and during that conference I really really wanted to go out because I hadn't gone out for 3 weeks straight, staying in one place, like living in this house. I didn't go out for 3 weeks. One reason because of my hand. Oh god. Another reason was because I didn't want to spend money literally, and my hand was like a way of like, okay, I have hand pains and all that. So I went for conference and I had to even meet some of my like my close work friends as well. So I really 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 wanted to spend the whole day enjoying the day, but unfortunately I had a bad period experience. I was down, my emotions, like I was just, my energy was just down, everything was just like, I was just like, I just hated the people around me, not because I hate them, but just because why am I there, literally. And that emotion was kind of like not something I really like to dwell on. It felt like and then later I just had to leave the space. I left as early as I could because there was an after party. In my mind I was like, I was really going for the after party because it's been a while since I went out. It's been a while since I enjoyed and all that. So I was like, I will go for the after party, but I couldn't go because of the, I was really feeling unease, so I just had to move home. And when I got home, my friends, like I was texting on them, oh, why are you? They're like, oh, they're going for the after party. I felt it in my chest. I felt so sad. I felt hurt. And you see, like, if you're enjoying, I'm not coming to be texting you that, and they'll be sending me strings. I'm like, oh God, I want to be there. So I felt bad. That was around Thursday. I felt like so hurt. Like I really wanted to enjoy. And there was a point, right? So let's get into maybe a little bit of friendship, right? Whereby you have a friend and it's like, I really, really wanted to have fun with this particular person, but I'm here and this person is having fun. The very first is the hurt I was feeling, it almost felt like envy or jealousy. And I was like, now, why should I be jealous of someone and like my friend enjoying? Like, I'm supposed to be happy for my friend because almost every time, like in fact, every time, I'm the most excited person about a friend's wins, right? So it was new to me to be feeling because I was feeling hurt because I'm not already there enjoying with them. I felt the emotions of envy and jealousy whereby I'm like, why you shouldn't be having fun, why are you streaking me? I was getting pissed at a point. So I asked myself this question, that why are you angry? Like, why should you be angry? And are you angry at this person or at the state? And the honest answer was that I was angry at my state, that I couldn't function to actually have fun, right? So later I realized that sometimes the emotions that we feel like immediately, there's an inner reason to it. So since then, anytime I'm feeling some way, I really question it. So that was Thursday. On Friday, I just had to rest. And on Saturday, like I just like everybody logged off, right? Because like everybody is busy and I wasn't speaking to everyone and it was just me. And I'm like, why am I, is it just, why am I just only me? Right? So I move into a space of, oh, there's something that we mostly say, oh, we don't have anybody to call, nobody's calling us and all those things. But I just move in the state of, okay, well, let me also enjoy my free a space, right? So I cleaned my room and like started coming out of it. And like it's the heads didn't go on Thursday. I had it on Friday, Thursday, on Friday. So I was really questioning myself, like we shouldn't be angry at the person, right? The state you didn't like it, you are angry at that, that's fine. Yeah, the person's not the reason, the person's enjoying, you should be happy for the person and all that. And that gave me freedom. So my emotional state last week was really very dicey, and as a woman it's very understandable. We go through phases every week, so that was one of the phase, and I was just like, okay. And it's like reflecting back, I yesterday evening when I was lying down, I was trying to feel like most of the time when I'm feeling that I have this heavy boom boom in my chest, right? And I wasn't feeling that good. I was just calm and I was in the bed. I was like, oh wow, I have actually overcome this emotion. So it was really nice. And the best thing for you to do is to actually know how to control your emotions. And me being able to do that, I was so happy. I was so happy. Like I was just on the bed, I was like, it's not there anymore. I tried to think about those things. I was like, I have been able to shatter those thoughts. So my emotional state last week of week 28 was I moved from just resting because I was about to bleed out. And then I moved into pain cramps and then moving out, trying to have fun. I couldn't have fun. So I was hurt that I couldn't have fun because of my emotional, like my state of my body was just giving up on me. And I move on to like heads that my friends are having fun without me, and I was actually going to get angry at them, and I was like, no, I'm not going to get angry at them. Why am I even getting angry at them? It's not my body that can't go, and it's nature. So I was like, okay, let me just go into the space of rest. And then I rested, and it took a while. Friday, so Friday I was just like, okay, let me just rest. Saturday I washed, and then I cleaned the room and everything, and all that left. Right, so that was my emotional state. So for work, teaching started last weekend. So I started teaching my July cohort. My teaching and training has been quite on I don't want to. It's the consistency is there, but the intensity of the consistency is very poor. What I mean by that is I'm getting low student rate. I am My team members are very occupied with other stuff, so they don't really have my time. And reason being that most of in fact, all my team members are not paid; they are volunteers. So it's like my work is not their priority, and so all of that is like taking a toll on me. But I'm like, anyways, I am going to start building all afresh again. So my class, I am going to be recording a class session for them. I'm going to do everything I can do to just make sure that the course I can deliver on courses and just upgrade at the I had no speaking and hosting engagement. Consulting and freelancing, I just tried to do my best because I was still recovering. I wasn't so well, so I didn't do much as well. So in a nutshell, my work experience last week was that I spent 20% of my time trying to do the works I could do. So send voice notes, be in meetings, and do what I could do. Use ChatGPT, use Claude to do what I could do, and that was it. I spent 80% of my time resting because I couldn't. And then all right, so my health state right now is that my hand is quite okay. Grandma says I shouldn't overuse it because the more I use it to do strong stuff, I feel the pain, and she's still massaging it for me. Thanks, I love her so much. Thanks to her. I mostly walk, right, and skip, but because of the skip in my hand, I'm not skipping yet. But walking is one thing I do. But last week I didn't really walk because I wasn't so well, and so actually started I wanted to start working this week, but I am not really sleeping. That's another health hazard as well. I'm sleeping late, like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and it's not that I'm really working because I was really resting. So I am having that time of not waking up early. But today I actually worked out in the room, so that counts for something. For food, I have moved into not eating skipping breakfast most of the time, not every day, but most of the time skipping breakfast, and I see that I am actually feeling lighter than normal. I'm sure it's because of the breakfast skipping and all that, so I'm fasting more as well. And if at this hold today, I'm recording the video around 3 p.m. I've not really ate anything. I've just drank a little bit of water and that's it. So health wise, the food I eat is quite okay. Not the best I want, but quite okay. Working, I've not really worked that much this week. Last week. Workouts, I didn't really work out last week. I'm starting this week and everything. So it's like I'm getting back myself again this week. For knowledge wise, I have listened to a lot of podcasts, I have listened to a lot of videos, but one thing I have taken this week is actually something about do not be afraid, because that was the last podcast I listened before this. Right, do not be afraid to do things, do not fear anything, just keep doing what you had to do. But all that in all the podcasts I have received and listened to in this space, right? What I'm taking away or what I'm implementing as of now is to put out more of me there, right? I know I already put out more of me there, but put up more of me which is more structured and more upgraded, right? So that's why like I'm trying to do this video in the setting of this way, not always on the bed as well. And that's why I even decided to do like have a outline for the review. That's the knowledge, like I've been showing up for myself and all that. I've been taking myself out of the normalities, right? But there has to be an upgraded version, right? In terms of you doing something so great and you're getting the results, do not stay there, but aim for the next height as well. So that's what I'm doing right now. Sorry about the air, I'm by the window and everything, right? So I am going to the so I'm upgraded, right? So I am even planning, I even plan to start with the Let's Chat series again. I tried to start it whereby I was doing it in the evenings. I realized it didn't work for me. I wanted to do it at least 4 times a week. I was like 4 times a week. Looking at the timelines I want to do it will be quite difficult. Looking at the timelines and everything, I've just come up with another structure and I'm going to put out my best out there as well. All right. So in the knowledge sector, what I want you to leave with is that when you are building, one, nobody's come to save you. The lifestyle that you want, you actually can actually build it. You have to start from where you are, and when you start and you desire, so keep desiring, right? When you desire and keep working towards it, you are going to actually enter into the space of your answered prayers. And when you get there, do not be comfortable and do not be just there. Aim for the next and keep building, right? So that is it. And for practicality, for example, I try to do this videos once every week or at least every 2 weeks if I miss a week, and I do that on my bed, just being comfortable and all that. But now I want to move into the space of having the script, no, having the guideline, not even really a script, but just having the guideline on what to talk about, so that I just don't rant into my people's ears, right? Or into whoever is going to watch it, yes, but to have a structure and to also look my best before coming out, right? Sometimes I may not look it, but I'll show up. But sometimes if I can put the effort, I put the effort as well. Then I move on to, okay, once a week is fine, but why don't I just move it from my mind to start the lecture show? Because the lecture show I wanted to do it on Sunday 6 p.m. I tried it for 2 weeks, it went well, but all of a sudden I'm like, I'm not getting the motivation again. So I'm like, okay, then let me move it into practical. Like I have a lot of topics already. I'll take the topics, make notes on them for like a month note, and then go live every morning. So I have it Wednesday mornings, Friday mornings, Saturday mornings. I wanted to do it on Sunday mornings, but it's like church wise and all that. So I'm like, okay, well, let's put the Sunday down first. Let's see how it goes. So we're going to start with Wednesday, Friday, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. I go live on YouTube. I don't want to be recording and editing all the time because I really don't have much space. Okay. So going live straight with my notes and talking about what I want to talk about, educate others, is going to help me. So I'm now upgrading to the next level that I've done so much and I've seen the results over the past 3 years. But now I'm going to multiply the effort I have put in to move into the next phase of life. Another thing too is I've been teaching online, and I realized that because of like getting the team members and all that is reducing my effort. I'm like, okay, I'll start creating, start going to do in person, because in person I go there in person, train the people, get my testimonials and move on. So that one becomes like I am upgrading my version. So always don't stay at one place but upgrade as well. That's what I would leave you with. My final take on my final word, for the word I used to describe last week, would be that my week was restructuring my emotions, right? Restructuring my emotions while resting, right? So I rested, right? So rest is fine. But restructuring my emotions, whereby I felt hurt that my friends are having fun whilst I'm not having fun. And all of a sudden, I was feeling jealous and angry at them. But I restructured it to know that, ask myself questions to know that the reason that I am angry is not about them having fun, but it's because I wasn't being able to be there, right? So I moved from that. So restructuring my emotions to have a better one, and it worked for me. I am so happy. Some of the things I can't really say here, but I just learned a lot from them, and it's been amazing. So I'm going to see you in the next review. That will be week 29. Thank you so much for watching, and upcoming live sessions will be coming soon as well. Thank you so much. I hope you are learning a lot from my life actually, and these documentaries I'm making as well. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful week, a wonderful day, a wonderful evening. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye for now.